Hey, what's up? Name's Lennox. What's it look like? This is the closest thing we've got to a hangar for this hot mama. If you need to go somewhere, I'm the one who's gonna take you. As long as Rucker clears it, of course. You got it, bud. And mechanic. You're looking at more than a decade of military experience in the sky. Hey, she might be a used model, but I got her running right. Probably only a 5, maybe 12% chance she'll drop out of the sky. 20 tops. Sure thing, buddy, but make it snappy. I got stuff to do. Yep. I like to be up here to stay with her. It's been a long time since I had a working bird. I don't want anybody messing with her. Hell yeah, I can. I was Air Force back in the day. Tankers, cargo, I'd fly anything. Through hell and fire, no problem. This vertebrate's an odd duck. Ain't a plane, ain't a chopper. But if you go up with me, just sit back and relax. Never lost my cargo once, human or otherwise. You'll be fine. One of the responders said they saw a spaceman the other day. Little gray dude. Aliens, you know? Hell, I saw crap above the clouds you'd never believe, even before the war. Tic-tacs, cigars, discs, stuff that moved like nothing we had. No way we're alone. Believe it. You better believe it. Did an off-the-book supply run over the Yangtze one time. Civilian aircraft, unarmored, right? Flew that sucker through a storm of Chinese artillery and landed safe on the other side. Not a scratch on her. Yeah, nope. We going up again?
There's times you gotta accept the cards you were dealt. So fresh and only a few rads.
Well, hello, darling. A pleasure to meet another guest of our fine establishment. I am Orlando, your host and management liaison. If you'll pardon me for just one moment. That will be all. Please give my regards to Ms. Rucker. If you are here for leisure, I regret to inform you that our regular resort activities are temporarily unavailable. However, if you are here for the refuge and the fine work of the lovely responders, I am delighted to welcome you on their behalf. Ah, perhaps you have not heard. The White Spring is now home to the refuge, a place of safety and care for all in need. The refuge is being run by the responders, individuals committed to the well-being of their fellows. They founded the refuge in response to new waves of refugees coming to Appalachia, people in great need of help. Food, medical care, clothing, a place to sleep. All of these are available for those who need them. What a wonderful thing for you to ask, darling. I knew there was something special about you from the moment I saw you. As it happens, the responders are looking for volunteers to assist them in a particular outreach effort. Those industrious wonders have repaired a vertibird to full working order and are using it to make contact with more distant settlements. They've made allies with people in Pittsburgh. The locals call it the Pit now, who seem to be in dire need of outside assistance. If you don't mind me saying so, you look like you can handle yourself. You might be just who they're looking for. Well, they'll be better able to explain the details, but I believe they're looking for fighters, actually. Their contacts in the Pit are in something of a desperate situation, it seems, against a dangerous enemy. I hate the thought of you putting yourself in such danger, but it does appear to be for a good cause. Oh, you're terribly brave, aren't you, dear? Imagine if we all had such courage. Now, darling, before anybody bundles you off, the first thing you should do is introduce yourself to some of the responders. I just so happen to know a few in need of more local assistance, and helping them will earn you the other thing you'll need. That other thing, of course, being the ultrasight battery cells, which fuel the vertibird. Ultracells, if you prefer. Our lovely Ms. Rucker is the closest thing to a leader the refuge has, though I believe she's less than comfortable with the title. You can find her in their headquarters, beyond the dining area. The darling chef, Miss Rousseau, needs some assistance in the kitchen, I hear. And Ms. Wagner, over in the common area, is looking for donations. I'm sure your generosity will be well rewarded. Wonderful, my dear. I'm certain you will be a tremendous help to them and the refuge. When you are finished with each of them, I recommend you speak with Mr. Skippy Rorich, the Pit Union representative. I imagine he'll want to discuss the situation in the Pit with you before you embark. Do feel free to visit me at your leisure if you wish to chat. I have an office in the management wing. You can't miss it. Darling, wonderful to see you. Can I be of service? Me, dear? Would you really want to dispel all the mystery? What is it you wish to know? Do I have an admirer? Flattery will get you everywhere, darling. That being said, there is little to tell, really. I am the White Spring Management's liaison to the Responders' Refuge. It's a role I quite enjoy. It pleases me when I can be of service to others. I don't mean to be coy, dear. My work is my life, as they say. It fills my time and fulfills me. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? Besides, don't you find a bit of mystery all the more compelling? If I bared my soul and told you everything, I'm sure you'd be terribly bored. If I remain an enigma, it might keep you coming back for more of these lovely chats. I can't imagine there's anything of interest to you there, dear, but you may ask. Oh, here and there, darling. I've been to lots of places before the management asked me to take over here. If you want to imagine a thrilling and intriguing story about my past, don't let me stop you, please. Can't wait for my tell-all autobiography. I can't blame you. Who knows when I'll find the time to write it? How about just a little dark secret of mine to tide you over? I'm not from anywhere interesting, actually. Nothing remarkable about my origins at all. Disappointing, isn't it, dear? That's why I usually let people imagine their own version of things. Keeps them interested. Working after a fashion. You must understand, dear, the management cannot travel as freely as most people can. In their stead, I have wandered far and wide, seeing to their interests and being their eyes and ears, hands too, as necessary. It had its good moments. I enjoy meeting new people, and much of the countryside is still beautiful, despite everything. But to be honest, my darling, it was a relief to come here to do this. It's been too long since I could remain in one place for a while. Promise me you won't get bored if I become a homebody. I'm getting used to a soft bed and clean clothes. Not at all, dear.
Helping people is our...
I'm afraid you may wish to ask the lovely Rucker those questions, darling, but I shall do my best. A wonderful idea, of course. It can be a beacon of hope for the unfortunates of Appalachia. And as I believe I mentioned, darling, the management are very positive on the effort and give it their full support. Actually, no, they didn't. That's no fault of theirs, darling. Nobody could have known the owners were still involved. Management has monitored the property, of course, and there have been scavengers before, but the robotic staff sufficed. Once aware the responders were establishing a permanent presence, management sent me to bestow their blessing and be their liaison. I am ready as ever to accommodate.
I heard a bunch of nerds arguing.
There is very little I'm permitted to speak about, but ask away, dear. My dear, nothing would bring me more joy than to answer your questions. Your suspicions wound me. However, my employer values their privacy as highly as they value the fine work the responders are doing here. Suffice it to say, they are the owners of the White Spring, as I believe I've mentioned. I am at your disposal. I'll be delighted to explain what I can. Oh, a bit of this, a bit of that, whatever they require. As you might imagine, the state of things prevents them from much travel. I go where they need me to go and see to what affairs they see fit. In this case, the White Spring itself and the refuge. Think of me as a concierge, my dear. I'm here to improve your experience in whatever way you require. My role as liaison is to facilitate the needs of the responders and our guests and speak for the interests of management. That sounds terribly formal, I know, but in practical terms, it means I do what I can to keep the White Spring livable and support the refuge. I oversee the robotic staff to attend to the former, and in the latter case, I arrange for the disbursement of resources from management. Food, medicine, materials. Management has considerable resources, which they are happy to donate. I handle those arrangements. Now, darling, you can't imagine I would tell you a thing like that. A less trusting soul might think you were pumping me for information in the hopes of planning a heist. Of course, I know that's not why you ask, but you understand why I have to be rather secretive on this subject, don't you? Let's just say management wisely invested its wealth when such things mattered, and are now well equipped to be generous. Of course, darling, whatever you like. Certainly. What do you require? But of course, the White Spring is home to a number of robotic merchants in the concourse downstairs. However, if you prefer a human touch with your shopping experience, may I recommend you speak with Giuseppe, a charming man with a discerning eye. I have no doubt you shall get along famously, dear.
Make my job easier.
I believe the responders have commandeered the kitchens to provide for those deprived souls coming to the refuge. However, the White Springs robotic waitstaff can no doubt provide you with light libations in the dining area. You may wish to head downstairs to the merchant concourse and visit Marie and Antoine to sate your hunger. Regrettably, the White Spring itself is not equipped to provide full medical care at this time. I do apologize, darling. And the refuge clinic is reserved for the poor indigents arriving at its doors in dire straits. If your needs are less immediate and severe, may I suggest a visit to the chemists in the downstairs concourse? Doc Stanley has a variety of medicines available appropriate for personal use. Not at all, my dear. Believe me.
Please have a seat.
Bonjour! My name is Esme Rousseau. We've had some representatives from Foundation and Crater come here seeking assistance with the recent influx of refugees. I thought that we could help them out by providing some food for their people. I've started a pot of venison and potato stew, one of my newest creations. Would you be able to help me finish it? How wonderful! I can't wait to whip up something delicious for everyone. The stew requires potatoes, venison, salt, black pepper, and carrots. The ingredients can be found in our storage area. Your job is to grab the ingredients and put them in before the stew burns.
Aren't there more important things to worry about?
Super! Let's have you start by stirring the stew, which will help keep it from burning. Remember to continuously stir during the cooking process.
I heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way back, but I'm glad they chose to send me somewhere safe, not somewhere like that.
Fantastique! Let's get the first of the ingredients and prepare them. You're looking for carrots, potatoes, and the pièce de résistance, the venison.
Good afternoon. Lunch is now being served. Please have a seat.
This wanton robot tried to give me a haircut before.
Need
running
anything?
off. It's a shame.
How are the folks at Foundation
I couldn't
doing?
do that by myself.
If I wasn't so busy, I'd go visit sometime. I could really use a drink, but Rutger wants us sober on the job.
Always something that needs doing.
Considering all the places I could have ended up, I'm extremely lucky I'm here. I've never felt safer.
It's been sunny all week.
There's times you've got to
I
accept
love
the
it
cards you were dealt and learn to make the best of it.
If you're caught out and about with no place to go, the responders have an outpost in Flatwoods.
This bloodleaf aioli really elevates the mirelurk meat.
Helping people is our chief mission. The cool uniforms are just a nice bonus.
This is smelling delicious. Let's add more flavor with some salt and pepper now.
Good evening. Here for dinner. Please feel free to seat yourself.
I think I heard a Protectron bark the other day.
I think I
Am I going
heard a
crazy?
Protectron bark the other day. Am I going crazy?
Considering all of the places I could have ended up, I'm extremely lucky I'm here. I've never felt safe.
Oh no, the stew has burned. Do not be discouraged though. Without failure, there is no improvement. Here is your stew. Something is better than nothing, yes? Hopefully, either the settler or raider representative will find some use for this. I last saw them in the bar area.
I heard a bunch of nerds arguing over comic book heroes yesterday. Aren't there more important things to worry about?
Coming in tomorrow. Well, seems like timing is one of your strong suits. Look, I can stitch up a gash with the best of them. But Appalachia, well, she can do a lot worse than cut us open. Got a lot of folks here with sickness we don't understand, and injuries we don't know how to treat. What we need more than anything is know-how. So I propose we trade what I got that I don't need for what you need that you don't got. I've heard you're looking ahead into the pit, and the only safe way out of Appalachia is that metal bird Lennox has perched up on the roof. And what keeps her in the air are those ultrasight cells Orlando keeps locked up. So, that's the deal. You bring back medical information that'll help me figure out how to help these folks, and I'll get you all the juice you need. AVR Medical Center down in Charleston should have what we're looking for. So talk to me. You in? Nice. Well, let's get to it then. Anything you're able to find, go ahead and bring it back to our lead medic. I'll let her know to look for you.
My friends didn't want
Good luck out there.
Except it sounded like too much work. Wonder what they're doing now.
I think I heard a
think we can make this
Protectron bark
place
the
home
other day.
for a lot of people.
Am I going
Yourself
crazy?
included.
I heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way back.
Are you at the refuge? We've got people going hungry, and too many mouths to feed at Foundation.
Why even bother helping people that can't help themselves?
I'm not sure what you expect me to do with this. People are hungry for something that's actually edible. Can you lend me a hand? Well, I'm a representative from Foundation. I'm just here to talk about some trade deals, and to request assistance with the recent stream of refugees from the pit. Well, we think it's kind what they're doing here for the refugees, but a lot of them are coming to Foundation too, and we just don't have the resources to take care of that many people. I mean, what you gave us last time really wasn't much of a meal. Could you try not to burn it next time?
Everything is too clean here.
All right, talk to you.
These robots sure make my job easier. Robot butlers? Hey, is this a refuge or
Hey, you're back. Rucker's put me in charge of running a bit of a donation drive. Have you met Rucker? She's amazing, you should. Anyway, it might surprise you to know an operation like this is always churning through supplies. We work hard to keep things in stock, and that funny Orlando character does their best to help out as well, but we still have shortfalls. So here I am, asking generous folks such as yourself to help us fill in those gaps and keep the refuge running. Let me check my notes. Rucker's been in a tizzy because we just don't have enough wood to keep up. It'd be a big help if you could donate maybe 50 pieces of scrap. One less thing on Rucker's mind, you know. That's okay. Who just carries that around in their pockets or whatever, right? I'll be here all day, though. If you want to come back, bring it by later. If you can, of course. You know where to find me. It'd really make my day if you did.
If you ever find yourself in a bind, you can always call on us. I can't wait until dinner. I wouldn't want to be Rucker. I never thought a single person could be spread so thin.
The water here is a little bland.
Sorry I'm not much for conversation. Ellison talked my ear off. Can't believe we've got a vertibird. That's a step up in the world if I've ever seen one.
Man, oh man, off the chems, surrounded by friends. Yeah, this is the life.
That miscreant from Kratos scratched my chassis on the way in. How rude!
I heard about what happened in Morgantown. I know it was way
Glad to see you've returned. Are you ready to donate? You do? Amazing. It just so happens I got a little something for you. Rucker set aside some ultrasonic. They're not much use for anything. Thanks so much for the help.
How are the folks at Foundation doing? If I wasn't so busy, I'd go visit sometime. Helping people is our chief mission. The cool uniforms are just a nice bonus.
One of the other initiatives. Heard you were out there giving us a hand. Hope you got some good news about those patient records. These records are going to save... You've done the responders a great service, and now it's our turn to get to work.
If I didn't keep tallies, I'd have no way of counting how many days I've lived in Appalachia. Need a hand? I'm getting a little bored sitting around here all day.
Wonder if they have any chems laying around here.
I can't be there myself. I gotta do what I can. Hey there, sport. What brings you back my way? That's right, looking for someone to help us take the fight to the fanatics. Surprised we got a taker, actually. You are interested, right? The Union's back's against the wall. We're doing our best to hold off the fanatics. Keep them from taking everything. Occasionally, we win some small victories, but not a lot. Got a couple of situations back there right now where an extra hand might tip things in our favor, at least for now. I don't want to call it mercenary work, but I'm not gonna lie. You'll be going there to fight. Hell, you've got raider gangs here, right? I've heard about your Blood Eagles. The fanatics are something like them, but more organized. Imagine every single raider gang you've ever heard got together and decided to make like Genghis Khan. Sweep over everything. Kill anyone who won't join, and put anyone too weak to fight into forced labor camps. Everything that's not theirs, they take. That's the fanatics. And be glad they're not here. Fantastic. Let me just get Rucker in here. It's her bird, after all. Thanks for coming by, Rucker. Looks like we got a volunteer to take a trip out to the pit.
We've met. Had a feeling you might be up for this when you came by earlier. Guess I was right.
Figured you should be involved, if we're gonna borrow your plane.
Don't let Lennox hear you call it a plane. She takes it personally. Anyway, sure thing. I guess you've already got all the ultra cells you need. I know you've got mine. Sophie and Esme tell me you helped them out too, so I expect you got theirs as well.
Great. This means a lot to the Union. I'll make sure you're well rewarded for it. I might have some other things I need help with here in Appalachia too. I'll let you know. Good luck up there. We're counting on you.
Oof. Don't need a Geiger counter when you're glowing like a Christmas tree.
Folks don't join the responders for caps. They join to make a difference.
Hey, hey! You here to chat or something else on your mind? Yeah? Right on. About time we made another trip out there. I mean, me and my girl here. You haven't been, I guess. Ruckus said somebody'd be coming by. Guess you're it. If you're all set, I'm ready when you are. Assuming you got the ultrasight battery cells for this beauty. I'm a miracle worker in the sky, but even I can't make a fly on willpower alone. Remember, anytime you want to take a trip, we're gonna need a full load of those ultrasight battery cells to power this beauty. If you need more, check with those busybodies downstairs you got this batch from. There's always something they need every day. I'll be here when you're ready to go. Look who's back! nothing like the roar of these engines. amazed we got this baby running again. Grease, aviation fuel, and fresh air. The best. Need to hit Rucker up. See if they can get some more rivets.